Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is summer of 2024. As I film this, I am 31 years old. I am here with my cat Phoebe. The first and last time I filmed a flat tour in here was just after I moved in, spring of 2018. That's 6.5 years ago. There are lots of reasons why I haven't filmed a flat tour until now. There was a brief moment in 2018 where I wandered around my flat. This was my flat at the time. You'll see it's quite different to even then, but I've kept my flat private since then. It's been my personal safe haven for my cat and I. Right, let's start this, shall we? This is my living room. Ta-da! And it is that noisy. There's always some noise outside. I am autistic, so I do struggle with noise, but I'm struggling more so the last year or so post-diagnosis, but it is so noisy. That is the drain that's right down the end of the street. It's so loud. This is where I spend most of my time. It's been a fantastic room in that everything's all in one place. Noise. Controllers, games, candles, essential oils, cameras. I still have the Matalan lamps. I got 2 lamps back in 2018 for £15. Yes, they still annoy me, the electricity. Sad lamp. This is where I have baby's food. Lots of scratching boards. Box of cat stuff. Weights and exercise stuff, but some of my stuff's back at my parents' currently. The last 10 months or so I've been going backwards and forwards between my parents and mine because my mum had her accident and she needed care. So I have moved some of my stuff to my parents, but I haven't moved the stuff back. I have duplicates of lots of stuff now, which is frustrating. Woo! Look at that. Do you want to go? I do have a telly, but I spend most of the time with it looking like this because I don't really use it. I also forgot to mention my PlayStation 2. Shh. It's pink. This is my magical pink sofa. Plain. I bought this sofa in a charity shop around my 26th birthday. Getting the sofa into the property was a bit tricky. I have loved this sofa so much over the years. I always wanted a pink sofa. So to finally have my own was a massive thing, but unfortunately as life happens, I've experienced lots of sad stuff on this sofa. I've had 2 breakups on this sofa, and because of my autistic brain, I just associate this sofa with sadness. So whilst I love my sofa, it's still ridden with pain. So in my brain, I sort of refer to this as the sofa of broken dreams. I also have the swivel chair. No breakups over here. This area here I love. I refer to it as my nook. It's a happy place here, especially if there's a cat there. Cat, the view, the wind, light. I can get rid of that sofa, but I don't want to get rid of this one. I don't have a landline anymore because all I had was spam calls when it was plugged in, so now I just use my mobile. And after many years of making many mistakes, I finally have a pink rug. I know. I've had a purple rug, a turquoise rug. This is the best rug I've had in here. Not just because I match. Which I guess leads me on to the flooring, the renovation. So at the start of January 2019, I had a flood in my flat. I had a burst pipe in the airing cupboard up high. The water spread across the flat and did a lot of damage. I had insurance and I was allowed to do some renovation with the insurance, but I wasn't prepared to do renovation at the time that it happened. So my flat ended up being grey walls, grey floor. I knew from the first night I'd made a mistake, but it wasn't exactly something that I could undo. So for 5 years I've been unhappy in this grey home. My flat is a bit better in terms of colour schemes. Whoever built this place had no sense of colour. So you had beiges, greys, silvers, golds, whites. The window frames are silver and grey. When I had cream walls, the flat felt quite weird because the windows were so dark by comparison. I think grey suits this flat, but it doesn't suit me. Wherever I go next, I don't want grey. Note to self, Rebecca, you don't like grey. Grey is a no, pink is a yes. This is one of my radiators with some prints and stuff from Edinburgh. One of my many yoga mats. I still have the big mirror. I've painted it a lighter colour, but it's still going strong. This is actually the table that was in the loft at my parents' back in the noughties. I moved with it here. These are my bloops, ignore them. The same for the chairs, it's all from the noughties. My electrical bike. I found this secondhand on Facebook Marketplace last year and it's fantastic. Especially when I've got my laptop and working from home. Perfect. Whilst I've lived here, I've had a couple of exercise bikes. I really liked this one. Also, I like white. White furniture makes me happy. The next thing you can see is my curtains. When I moved in, I don't know if you remember, but the previous curtain pole kept falling down. It took a couple of years to fix that because it wasn't just the curtain pole, it's the actual wall. There's problems in the wall itself. When COVID happened, I didn't have any blinds in the flat at all, so that was a struggle. But then further into 2020, we put the curtain pole up. This was me in 2020 getting quite excited. After a year of having no curtains, yes! I'm really, really happy. These have made such a difference to the room though. I'm gonna miss this. Also, the curtain pole itself has got a gem at the end. I mean, it's just glass, but I think it's pretty. So currently I don't have proper blinds, I have paper blinds. When the renovation happened, I just didn't have the funds to buy blinds, and then by the time I got around to blinds, COVID hit. And then the paper blinds were fantastic, they just lasted and lasted. And then this year, the flat's been up for sale, so I've just left them. So now we're gonna go in the corridor. See, it'll look orange, but when the light fixes, it should go white. So when you come through the front door, this is what you see. This flat is quite dark, so if I turn the light off, it should do the auto brightness. There we go. So it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, this is dark. There is no light. There is the light down the end. This is this area here. Masks, hats, gloves, tissues, mints, sunglasses, keys. I now have a coat stand, which I didn't have before. I did this back in 2022 when things were very upsetting. I finally understood what this was. So every time someone leaves the bathroom door open and the front door opens, smack. So I've painted that to make it look better. I try my best, and my lock is upside down. I hate this because the bell of this is so loud and I can't turn it down. I can't wait to live somewhere where this does not exist. This doesn't stop growing. It's actually lost quite a few leaves recently, but it's ginormous. I need to repot it. I've got so many of its babies around the flat and at my parents'. I call this the airing cupboard, but it's the cupboard with the boiler. Ta-da! This is my front door, cat hotel. It's currently a light pink. I've gone through phases of painting that were all different colours. I found dark pink was too dark, but I needed some sort of pink at this end of the corridor with all the grey. This is where I spy on the neighbours. I see everything. Also, look at the height of the eye. It's almost perfect for me. This is my Hoover. I covered it in pink electrical tape because I wanted it to be pink, and they didn't do any pink ones. A long time ago I installed new lights. These are not the ones that were here when I moved in. I spent a long time debating what lights to put in, and this is what I went for. All the light fittings have been changed. The second time these were done, I couldn't cope with the electricity noise, the humming. These don't hum, thank goodness. This bookcase has been in the background of my videos going back 15 years. So faith books, books that I like, books I want to read or have already read. More faith stuff, other books, and some from when I worked at Penguin. These are paintings that I have done. And then more classics down the bottom. This is from when I did Race for Life. There was a point in 2019 where I was overwhelmed with books because I was working at a publisher's, so I was coming home with books every day. So all of this was covered in books, but I've gotten rid of a lot. I've donated many now, especially ones I've read. When I moved here, I had hoped to do more vlogs sitting with this backdrop, but unfortunately this is the noisiest part of the flat. And here we are, big bedroom. You might not be able to see, but it's pink, light pink, sweet pink. A follower sent this to me in 2017, and it's been on this door for 6 years. For many years, this was my bedroom. I had a double bed in here eventually. This room has been through so many changes. If I just flash up some photos over the years, I mean, there was a point when I was just sleeping on a mattress. After a bad breakup, I ended up shifting everything into the room next door. I wanted to change. And then this sort of became a storage room, of which it has been ever since. This is the tidiest it's been for a long time. I've got rid of so much stuff. But yeah, it's like a backup art department. That's where I used to have more books. I got rid of books for my art. Art beats books. Some art books. This is my Mac from 2011. Loads of canvases. This is a canvas I did in 2018. I can do so much better. I have loads of cookbooks down the bottom. More art stuff, notebooks, canvases. Right here is where my piano lives. I've had this piano more than 20 years. I would love to get a new one, but this one continues to go, so carry on, my darling. I'm not looking forward to moving her again. She's been quite happy here for a long time. Then we have the special cuddlies. Mr. Duck, Doggy, lots of TYs, Teddy Bigfoot. My parents gave that to me back in the noughties. It's a Christmas ornament, but now I just keep it up all the time. And I found that 4 years ago in a charity shop. It's a dream of sorts, you know, playing the piano with a loved one. Ah. No change there. This I found when I was 25 and I adore it. We have my hula hoop and my owl doorstop. We have a few doorstops around the flat. And then this is from, I think, a National Geographic magazine. I have quite a few photo frames around, but I've taken some down for the selling photos, but there have been in my history a lot more on the walls. There was a point several years ago where I turned this into a poster wall. That mirror is there so that when I sit here, I can see the mirror and it acts like a window. It's not just for vanity, it acts like a window, it's fantastic. So you can see the outside world. Anyway, this wall became a big positive mantra wall post breakup in 2022, as did my door insert footage here. I do love my posters. I still have all my posters. Some of them have disintegrated a bit, but I still have them. Maybe it's because I'm autistic, but I don't have photographs of family or friends in this flat. Not only because I don't really have friends, but as for family, I don't like people looking at me. This needs to be a safe space, so normally I have more art. I still have the Firewatch poster. I showed you the balcony. I don't really believe I showed you it before because I was too nervous. I'm whispering in case anyone can hear me. Ambulance. Here are all my plants. This. There used to be a bamboo fence and it's been really good. This is the outside world, my car and my first kayak. That was my first car. I do miss my Clio. Here I am playing with Phoebe in the snow when it was more like a patio. This area has changed, overgrown and in some ways fallen to pieces since I've lived here. The door is a bit temperamental though. Okay. This is my kitchen. Oh, dishwasher. When I moved in, the previous owner lied about the dishwasher, it didn't work. So I was without a dishwasher for 3 years. So I had to get rid of that dishwasher and get another one, of which now works. I also now have a washing machine that works. Washing machine and tumble dryer. Exciting. I have far too many mugs. I love mugs. I also live alone, so I feel like I need to use more mugs before I can use the dishwasher, so I need to have more mugs. I don't like washing up by hand. Autistic. Tea, coffee. I've got into coffee a lot more than when I first moved here. Some alcohol at the top. Bit of a mumble jumble. The cooking cupboard, shall we say. Ton of tomatoes. And then the baking cupboard there. I don't really use that as much as I used to. I use it as a storage spot. My pink swan bin, it's still going. Recycling. This is a mysterious place of... So if you can see, I have spotlights under the cupboards, but this one very rarely works. Right, you ready for this? There we go. Hey. So today, for your viewing pleasure in 2024, there we go. That brings me joy. Mwah. I never thought this would be a part of my life. It's a milk frother. I have a slow cooker. I do myself lots of bologneses and chili. This kettle never dies. It goes on and on and on. Oh. I'm still using these 6 years on. One handle cracked on me at one point, and that's now a plant pot. And this is my windowsill. My ginormous lemon with citronella. It's massive. I've always been obsessed with glass, but it's been lovely to have my own home to display my glass. So if you look up here, there's a lot more. Very random. This is the corner of the kitchen, and here's some art from Edinburgh and my apron hook. Yes, I do still have my Becky Makes apron. It's not my primary apron, but I can't get rid of it. Ta-da! There is always a cupboard door open. They're never entirely shut. That one's open right now. Normally they're like this. Like if I live on my own for long enough. There you go. That's more what it normally resembles. It's good to be honest. We're gonna get deep and personal now and go into the fridge. Don't judge me. I have lots of butter. Just pretend they don't exist. It's one of the many things I buy continuously because I forget I already have some. Go to the store, buy a bottle of hoisin sauce. Go to the store, buy a bottle of hoisin sauce. Go to the store, buy a bottle of hoisin sauce. I've got another 2 in the freezer. The other thing is jam and cranberry sauce and tins of tomatoes. This is my coffee flask I use. This is supposed to be for wine, but I use it for lots of things. Here we have my coffee mug coasters. I have lots of them around the flat. It's time for some extreme happiness. Cutlery! No, seriously, I love my cutlery. This is the Alessi Inox cutlery, and it makes me happy. Happy, 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 happy. It's getting a bit worn, but happy, happy. There's my coffee machine. Cat food. Something else in my kitchen I love is my kitchen towels. Just the colours and the feel of them. They feel nice. Happy, happy, happy. This is my art area, my work from home place, my office. So I've been working in a particular job for 3.5 years, and I'm lucky that I can work from home. And I spend the majority of my working days here. This is my ginormous Mac, of which we've had tech troubles with this year. Someone I was dating gave me a monitor which revolutionised my working life. That's from my art studio in 2017. I am sad. I am sad. I don't know how I come across in this. A partner bought this for me at a boot fair in 2021. But I am honest with it, so if I'm sad, there it is. We have loops, you might have noticed I'm wearing them. The Nintendo Switch. There was a point where I displayed that there, and then that was there. This is a rough idea of my setup. Positive affirmations. I have bunting. I do lots of videos where I put my phone there and I talk to it, primarily for Instagram or TikTok. So here I am with this camera. This is what this looks like. By the way, this is my computer chair. I've had several computer chairs while I've lived here. The first was a rocking chair. I had a blue computer chair from a partner. This has been the best one out of all of them I've had. Bits and bobs, folders, just office stuff. My wire situation has been better. Here is my Xbox, which enables me to travel to Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Skyrim is life. And then up here, but as I said, it has been better. It's because I've been going backwards and forwards. Every time I get it set up, I have to move again. So it was lovely for about 2 years. Ow! Ah! I might not have broken a bed in this video, but I've hit my head twice today. Oh. Don't hit your head. It really hurt. I have an iPhone 13 mini. This is my laptop. This is the pink tape around my monitor. I did that because I was sick of black. I wanted pink. And Macs don't come in pink. They come in pink with red at the back. That's not pink, Apple. This is the same camera I've had for about 7 years. My 80D. Twice in the last 6.5 years, I have painted this wall pink because I've needed some pink. As I said, I didn't like the grey, so it's been pink. And then I've tried to paint it grey and it hasn't worked. So it's a bit of a mumble jumble of colours. It might look pink, but it's pink and grey mixed together. My dad's colourblind, so my dad can't tell the difference. And sometimes my cat sits up here. I've put the stuff back here for this video. That's where I would like my stuff to be, but when Phoebe is around, Phoebe determines what happens. Sometimes a pillow's there for her. This just keeps getting bigger and bigger. This is also interesting. I have another 10 folders currently at my parents' with other admins, so normally there's more stuff on this bookcase. But ta-da! This might look a mess, but for me this is organised. I can show you previous photos of this stand. And this stand was never supposed to be here for my duration at this place. This was supposed to be temporary. It's ended up being fantastic, so it stayed. This was the stand next door in 2018 or so, and you can see that it's got yellow poles. Well, it doesn't now. Why? Because I put paper around them. I tried painting, but the paint came off, so I put paper, and that's just about worked. Everything is more organised than it used to be. It's got labels, things are sorted into categories. I know where everything is. This is new for me. I say new, this has been the last 2 years or so, but compared to my previous tours, I have no idea how I functioned. I just seem to remember where everything was. And even now I still remember, but I think if I was to die, I don't know how everybody around me would cope. This is actually from IKEA, but I found this on Marketplace. I believe this is from IKEA, but I can't confirm. I found this secondhand in a charity shop, and I did that. It came with like a Dorothy pattern. I put that over the top. That's another one of my paintings, more prints from Edinburgh. My trampoline. This is actually our families from the noughties. This is brilliant. Because I work from home, I can exercise here. I can keep my brain occupied when things are quiet, and I can work on my health as well at the same time, so yay! This is a cold flat. It's electric, there's no gas, and in the winter it's painfully cold. The floor is like ice. This is the coldest place in my flat though. Time to show you my bedroom. This is what I'm going to call my dressing table. I have had dressing tables in my flat over the years. I had a big one next door with some lovely mirrors. Necklaces, my diffuser, makeup brushes. Hey Google, what's the time?
6:07 p.m.
Thank you very much. Some items
You are, as always, very welcome.
Thank you. Some items from Scotland. Perfumes. I have less perfumes than I used to because I'm so unwell with migraines all the time that perfume is more than a luxury inside my brain nowadays, so this is what's left. Red Vanilla is currently my favourite perfume to wear. Bonbon is still my ultimate fragrance though. That's me in a bottle. All my migraine stuff. Lavender sprays. Dreamies for the cats. My trinket box. Lots of small things in there. My loops. This is my earring book. Loads of studs in a book form. I keep all of my dangly earrings on a stand on the piano next door. This is actually my Kindle. Makeup. Lip balms, lipsticks. Ooh, go on. Yeah, it's getting a bit tight. Best behaviour, come on. This is my pad box. If you remember in 2017 I had a different box. After nearly 20 years I got rid of it, finally, and bought this from Paper Chase. I have a box of Lush fragrances, but I don't really wear them, I just hoard them. I still have this all these years on. It's still going. There are some bottles in there that do still have perfume, but some of it I just can't wear anymore because it makes me too unwell, which is upsetting. But as you can see, I still hold on to the happiness. Ow, ow, ooh. I do still have this. It's not something I use every day. This is trinkets. If I just tilt that downwards, there we go. Jewellery I don't really wear anymore. That's what happened to that. Just loads of random special stuff, and there's one more box by my desk. Bits and bobs, key rings, brooches, badges. It is time for the wardrobes. So that's where that goes in the height of summer. Bedding, there's more bedding under the bed next door. Can you see the labels? Like things are organised. And then in here, hairbands, hair accessories. That's an exciting drawer. You've got waistcoats. That one's a bit stiff. And then sewing costumes. A whole drawer of leg warmers, summer shoes. Definitely more organised than I used to be. If we run back to the other wardrobes, we have dresses. I know they're not in colour order. I know, it annoys me too. We have wigs at the bottom, hats and scarves at the top. And then in here, it is in colour order. Look at that. That makes me happy. Up here, some stuff I don't really wear. It's sort of for a life I'm not really living, so some of that does need to go, but that's stuff I wear. Under this pink blanket is where my soft boxes are. So you've got 2 cardboard boxes with the soft boxes and the stands right there. That's where they've been hidden. Behind the door is my painting of Brithnoth. Anyway, this is my double bed. The bedding I've currently got on, not deliberately, is the bedding that I had back in 2019. Some of my bedding is at my parents'. My favourite bedding is my Kath Kidston set. Oh, and this is my weighted blanket. During the summer I just sleep inside this. I don't even think about the duvet. I still have the Dreamcatcher. This. More bunting. I found this in 2018. This headboard isn't attached and I hate it, but it's done well. It's been in my flat 5 years. This is a painting of the castle in Edinburgh. Pink, pink, pink. Glorious pink. Under the bed we have Phoebe, some art stuff, loads of photo frames, my gym box, it's a mess, my pyjama box, it's a mess, my tech box, which is an organised mess. This is what's in the box. I know, it's a treasure trove. Just lots of old stuff that I can't part with, not yet. Every phone and music device I've ever had. And this. Old cameras, old wires for devices we no longer use. There's my first webcam from 1999. My CD player. This is the ensuite. Both of my bathrooms are painted with a colour called Dusted Fondant. I know you were expecting pink, but no, it's purple. A few reasons why I didn't go for pink. I felt like I needed a different colour in the flat. Everything couldn't be pink, I needed something different. I do love blue, but I think blue's quite cold. And also, gonna be honest, purple is really good when you deal with periods. This has been the best colour for me to use. This is a mirror I bought in Clacton. Yes, I do have a pink toothbrush, finally. The older I'm getting, the more dressing gowns I'm ploughing through, but this is one of my current ones. I currently have 4 on the go. Pink, purple, maroon, and this one. This is more for summer. Laundry bin, soap. My favourite deodorant of all time. In 2024 I'm using a lot of Pixie. Anyway, that's the bathroom. This is still infuriating, by the way. Who built this? Who designed this? Nightmare! And then right at the end of the corridor, down the end, is the big bathroom. So here we have lots of migraine stuff, sumatriptan, sprays, tablets, other random stuff that I don't tend to use so much. If you don't know me, then this might be a surprise. Ta-da! I have a kayak in my bathroom. Yes, I do. This is my Rockstar kayak. She is my pink baby. It's about the same size as the bath. I currently have 5. So for the last 2 years especially, this bathroom has tended to be kayak den. I either get these in the lift or I lift them up the stairs with great care. Well, I try my best. But yeah, I've been moving backwards and forwards to my parents, so now the majority of my kayaks are at my parents'. Sink, scales, tons of pads. This is my first aid box. Everything you need, right there. I really wanted a bath in my home and here we are. Did it work? Normally this is smothered in kayaking gear. Here's just some of my stuff. My pink She Paddles helmet, my big pink coat, and my spray decks. And my granddad gave that to me on my 25th birthday. Yes, I do still have the original mirrors. These mirrors were here when I moved in, and they're going to be here when I go. Very naughties. The day I put the shower curtain in was a happy day. And there we go, that brings me to the end of the tour. As you can see, it's getting dark. Thank you if you have watched the whole way through. This video is definitely more for me than for anybody else. This is like a diary entry. This was my home in summer of 2024, with inserts across 2018 to 2024. I wouldn't say this home reflects the home that I dream of inside my brain, but this home is mine, and I've done with everything that I've been able to do in the life that I've been living, so I am proud of this. Everything has a story, everything is important. This place has been huge for me though. I'm definitely going to miss it. Miss the good. This is my home. Exactly for what it is. Okay, there's a few took drawers I haven't showed you. And with that, I will say goodbye. Bye-bye everyone.